Chapter 17. The next morning, Mom and Dad left for work early, so I couldn't tell them about the cat cries or what happened to my fish. Mom left a box of cereal and the milk in my place at the table. I choked some of it down, but I didn't feel like eating. I felt groggy. My head weighed at least 100 pounds. It nearly dropped into my cereal bowl. I kept shaking my head, trying to wake up. I'm the kind of kid who needs to sleep. Amanda is always bragging about how late she stays up, but if I don't get 7 to 8 hours, I feel totally weird, like I've been hit by a truck. I don't think I had 10 minutes of sleep. I was too afraid to close my eyes. I stayed awake and alert, waiting for more cat cries, waiting for the terrifying shadow to appear on my wall again. Amanda met me on my front stoop and we started across the lawn to feed Bella. The sun hurt my red, tired eyes. I couldn't stop yawning. I have to tell you something, I said. Something scary. You won't believe what happened to me last night, Amanda said. My cousin Renee came over. You met Renee, right? Well, she bought this new Wii game. It's a horseback riding game. It's totally awesome. And the two of us, I couldn't get Amanda to stop telling me about the game. I kept opening my mouth, but she didn't take a breath. I couldn't get a word in, and I was too tired or to shout or clap my hand over her mouth. I have something to tell you later, I said, my voice hoarse and weak. I don't know if she heard me or not. She was still telling me about how totally awesome the horseback riding game was. We stepped into the captain's house, and we had a problem. We couldn't find Bella. She wasn't in the living room waiting to greet us. She wasn't in the kitchen. Amanda and I scrambled around the house, calling her name. Of course, that was dumb. Her name wasn't really Bella. She didn't know her name yet, but we shouted it anyway, and I kept asking if she was hungry. But maybe she didn't know that word either. We found her right where we started. She had squeezed under the living room couch, curled up under there, acting innocent, as if she didn't know two people were frantically running everywhere trying to find her. Amanda reached down and gently pulled the cat out. She didn't try to resist. Amanda held her in her arms for a few moments. The cat seemed to like it. She's getting calmer, Amanda said. I could tell she's getting used to this house. I hope so, I said. Amanda petted her. You look so much like Bella, she told the cat. I'm just going to forget that all Bella ever existed. I sighed. We're going to be late for school. I'll give her breakfast. I walked to the kitchen, pulled the bag of cat food from under the sink, and filled Bella's bowl. Breakfast, I shouted. Are you hungry? No cat. I hurried back to the living room. Bella was still in Amanda's arms. Let her know she can eat her breakfast, I said. We have to get out of here. She's in a cuddly mood, Amanda said, but she sat the cat down on the floor. Bella stretched, bending from her middle, poking her tail straight up in the air. She made a soft sound like a yawn. Hungry? I asked her. I motioned to the kitchen. Hungry? Breakfast? Chow time. To my surprise, the cat turned and darted back under the couch. She doesn't understand, Amanda said. Go back in the kitchen and rattle her food dish so she hears it. I started back to the kitchen, but stopped when I heard a loud noise behind us. What's that? Asked Amanda. Amanda was staring under the couch. Bella let out an ugly screech. She was on her back. It took me a few seconds to realize what she was doing. Oh no, I cried. No, stop her! The cat was scratching frantically on the couch bottom, screeching like a trapped animal and ripping the bottom of the couch with her claws. Ripping and clawing faster, harder. Do something, I shouted to Amanda. She turned to me, pale, her eyes wide. Do what? I'm not going to try to pull her out. Rip, rip, rip. She's pulling all the stuffing out, I screamed. Pieces of white foam rubber came flying out from under the couch, and the cat kept scraping up more. She's crazy, I cried. What's wrong with her? Rip, rip, rip. Clawing frantically, the cat kept screaming like a maniac. I dove for the couch and dropped to my knees. I started to reach under the couch with both hands. What was I thinking? The cat clawed at my hands. She turned her head toward me and, eyes glowing bright yellow, she snapped her teeth. Ow! I jerked my hands away. Pain shot up my hand and arm. My palm had dark red claw marks down the middle. I jumped to my feet and backed away. I can't do it. I can't get her out. Clawing furiously, like a machine out of control, the cat was ripping out the whole bottom of the couch. We're going to be really late, Amanda said. Let's go. Give her time to calm down. Maybe she'll be better with the leave. But the mess, I started. Rip, rip, rip. We'll clean it up after school, Amanda said. She tucked at my t-shirt sleeve. Come on, I can't stand this. What's her problem? I said. Amanda didn't answer. She was already heading out the front door. I followed her and closed the door behind me. We stood on the stoop, catching our breath. I could still hear the cat's wild screeches from inside. I shifted my backpack on my shoulders and started down the steps. I stopped when I saw the 3 men walking along the sidewalk. 3 men in gray uniforms. I pulled Amanda off the stoop and behind in a tall shrub. Look, I pointed. He followed us. The guy from Cat Heaven, Lou, and 2 pals. We hunched down behind the thick bush. It's too late. I think they saw us, Amanda whispered. 18 next time.